What's up, guys? Carly Beachler here with Def Studio yet again. Just got done at the gym, so if you like my gym glows, shoot me a message and I'll tell you where I got them, because you know that gym life's getting awfully popular nowadays. Tonight I would like to talk about a essay type thing that I wrote called False Reality versus Stability Prism. And I was introduced to this ideal a couple months back, and it really intrigued me to write about it because I know a lot of people who suffer from something like this. So first I would like to define what I mean by false reality. And I have my notes here, so bear with me. I don't memorize everything that I freaking write, so I have my notes. Someone experiencing a false reality, in my opinion, is someone who has exited adolescence and may or may not still be in like early adulthood, but they have yet to reach their mental maturity, and their lives are in constant combat. Peers assume that these individuals are immature, notice that they have trouble socially, and are slow to form an emotional bond. They also have trouble with responsibility and loyalty, and they sometimes form non-proactive habits and non-proactive addictions that can potentially harm them mentally and physically. They are often given a negative connotation, a negative stereotype, and they face judgment every day. For example, like, oh, my friend, she can't get off the cocaine, and it eats her alive, and she's just that lost girl, and we should just blame her. We should just blame her because she's stupid. She doesn't know what she's doing. See, I don't agree with that, but I know that there are some people out there that take that stance. Now, on the other hand, we have what I like to call the reality prism. And reality prism, in my opinion, it is an individual who has reached mental maturity but chooses to live, subconsciously chooses to live in imagination rather than nonfiction, but for the pursuit of survival. Individuals of the reality prism do indeed create kind of a false reality, but only for survival and not immediate gratification. These said individuals have lost the capacity to process information in a proactive way, and therefore take a leave of absence from what I like to call the real shit. Now, this is, in a sense, proactive if you think about it, because it's a sort of defense mechanism for neuroplasticity, which is, in other words, neurodevelopment. My point being, these two may have their differences, but if you really think about it, they're intertwined, kind of like religion and philosophy. For example, my friend, or one of my friends in the past, has been in a situation where she was getting abused by her boyfriend. Now, she could not support herself. She didn't have anywhere else to live, and basically all her family had disowned her. Now, because of such trauma that was going on in her life, she had become accustomed to the reality in which she was living in and pretended that it was all okay and that everything was going to be okay. Now, I'm not condoning that, because there's always help out there, there's always another way to go, but yet again, you have to take the stance, and you actually have to, think about the situation. Is this person doing this because they want to be in pain and they want to be in this shitty situation? No, they're not, and you don't want to blame them. Now, blame, that's a word that should be used very, very objectively, because when you blame someone in the wrong type of situation, you're only going to put more of a negativity toward their situation. And you don't want that. You don't want to make anybody's life shittier than it already is, okay? So, when you choose to blame someone in that kind of a situation, that's, if you really boil it down and they're really only doing it for survival, then you're doing the wrong thing. It's a question of morality, and it's a question of interpretation. And, when it boils down to it, all these people really need is help, is understanding, is positivity in their lives, in a sense. That's pretty much all I want to talk about tonight. If you have any questions, go ahead and you can email me, send me a message on YouTube, whatever. I also have a blog where this article is posted in its full form. It's through Blogger, so it's letters from, but without the O, so lettersfrmcoral.blogspot.com. I'll also post that in my description. Well, you guys have a really, 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 really good night, and I'll be with you again. I'll try to respond to comments and everything. Promise. So, may the 4th be with you, my friends.